What's up, guys? You guys are watching Joburg today. I am Mickey Luciano at Rum Base Bram. Away.
Hi guys, welcome to the Pirates Performance Gym in Greenside. My name is Nate, I'm the head coach of this facility. Today myself and Joburg Today TV will be taking you guys through effective ways to exercise, safe ways to exercise, injuries, how to avoid them and how to fix them. Stay tuned and enjoy. In our time in the fitness industry, one of the most common problems we get presented with when guys walk in and throughout their training is an issue in the lower back. What we're going to do is work you guys through our process we use at the gym that helps people alleviate their lower back pain. A lot of your lower back pain comes from a term we call inactive glutes. In other words, your bum does not activate. In the gym, in Pirates Gym, we go through a three-step process. We test, we activate, and then we loosen it up. What we're going to start with is what's called a straight leg raise. So I've got Jenny here who also works at the gym. She's going to be helping me demonstrate. We're going to test to see if Jen's glutes activate. How we test is I'm going to come over, she's going to lie flat on her back. I'm going to take my thumb, I'm going to press it into her glute, and I'm going to take my pinky. It's going to go into the muscle belly of her hamstring. All I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Jen to lift her leg. She's going to raise it straight up, and I'm going to let her relax. What I'm looking for is which muscle pushes against my finger first. The muscle that pushes against my finger first is the most active muscle. We are looking for her bum to push against my finger first. Step 2, we're going to start activating her glutes so they can start supporting her lower back and they can alleviate some pain. We're going to start with an exercise, it's called the leg raise. Her toes are going to start on the box. This is how you want to start your setup. We're going to ask her to lift her right leg up. She's going to put it on the box. Now, this is your start position. This is what we're looking for. All we're going to ask her to do is she's going to lift this leg just an inch off the box. She's just going to hold it for a second and she's going to return. What we're looking for is the leg that is stabilizing. This is the glute we're looking to fire. So if she comes up and she has a little bit of a wobble, she loses her balance, we know it's not yet firing, so she's got to squeeze her bum cheeks together a little bit harder. She's going to come up. You're going to look for something else. You're going to make sure your feet are balanced. So your big toe, your heel, and the side of the foot are all in the ground and your knee is straight. So you don't want to be coming forward. You don't want to load the quad. She's going to come up one more time. She's going to come down. If you have a sore lower back, you're going to look to do about 10 reps each leg a few times over 2 or 3, what we call sets, which just means rounds in the fitness world. Exercise 2. We call it a split squat. So now her glutes are going, she's going to turn around. She's going to put her heels on the box this time, and she's going to take what is a natural step forward. So Jen's a little bit on the shorter side, so this is kind of where she's going to come out, but if you are tall timber, don't be afraid if your step is much further. What we're going to do is we're going to ask her left leg to come back onto the box, so we're working the same legs. How we know she's in the correct position? From the side, her legs are in line. So if I cut her in half, you can see the knee, both knees are in line. What we're going to do is we're going to ask her to squat. She's going to come down. Now she does this really, really well. She's got really good hips. Her bum goes directly towards her heel. She's going to squeeze her glute and she's going to shoot straight back up. Just show them one more time. She's going to come down. Her chest is up. She's not going to come forward. She's going to squeeze the glute. She's going to shoot straight up. And what we're doing is we're firing here and we're getting to loosen up your hips over here. So if you sit a lot, this is the exercise you want to start doing every single day. You can relax for me, thank you. You don't have to use a box. You can use a couch. You can use your table. You can do it anywhere. Our third exercise, for you guys, is Jen's personal favorite band. We call it a glute walk. So you're going to see this a lot in every single gym. It's becoming a bit of a pet peeve for us. So we're going to look at how is the best way to go about it. So you'll see a lot of guys will set their band around the ankle. Okay, we don't want that. We like to set ours above the knee. There's a reason why. It actually causes the knee to come in. You want that. Why? Jen's going to go into a quarter squat and she's going to flare the band out. In flaring out, we get to fire her glutes. All we're going to do now, she's going to stay in the quarter squat, so the muscle is going to stay active and she's just going to shift left and right. Now pay attention, when she's shifting, she's still flaring out. She is putting tension on the band the entire time. She's gonna work anywhere from 1 minute to 3 minutes. If you can make 3 minutes, you are a warrior and your glutes should be on fire. And after that, we can consider them active. You should feel your bum burning and a little bit of relief in the lower back. All right, so we've tested her. We've now gotten her glutes to activate. We're gonna finish this off by getting her hips loose and getting her hamstrings loose. Those are things we wanna look at, especially if you sit again. That can cause a little bit more stress than the lower back is supposed to take. So we're gonna take her to the mat and we're gonna get her loose and moving. Okay, so we're gonna take Jen into her first set of mobility exercises. We call this exercise the hip and hammy, and it really does smash out exactly what it says in the name. She's gonna start one leg on the ground, one leg in front. She's gonna start by gliding forward with her hands coming up. This is part one of the exercise. What she's achieving here, her hip flexors and her psoas, her muscle in your stomach, get very tight if we do a lot of sitting. A lot of us have been at home during lockdown, doing the Zoom meetings. These get very tight, cause a lot of pain in the lower back, so we're gonna loosen that up. She's then gonna glide back. Then we're gonna take care of the hammy, hip hammy exercise. So her toe is gonna point up, she's gonna reach forward. This leg that you see is straight, the hamstring's gonna loosen up. This is a dynamic exercise, so it's not a stretch and stay. She's gonna come forward, she's gonna glide, she's gonna open it up, and she's gonna push back immediately. So on this exercise, we actually count reps. So that would be a rep 2, she's gonna come forward, there's a rep 3, and we generally work about 6 to 8 reps a side. Again, multiple rounds. This is a great exercise if you are stuck at home. Take a little lunch break, smash this one out, feel a lot of release in your back. We're now going to take her into the second exercise. We just call it an inner thigh. So she's going to start by going to all fours. Right, very important. You want to make sure your all fours are correct. So you can see her hands are underneath her shoulder and her knees are underneath her hips. So she's making a really cool tabletop position. What she's going to do, she's going to stick out her right leg directly to the side. So we are making a nice 90-degree angle at the hip. What's going to happen now, she's going to push her bum back towards her heel. We're going to open up the inside of her thigh. We're going to open up the quad and the hip. She's going to glide forward. She's going to push her hips to the ground. So over here, again, we're looking at to open up my psoas and my hip flexor. This you might find a bit of a challenge, so you only go as far as you can. And again, it's dynamic. She goes back and she's gonna come forward again, 6 to 8 reps. All right, so for those of you who love to go to the gym, pump your weights, we're gonna look at the bench press for you. We're gonna give you a little tip, save your shoulders. So what we're gonna do is we'll pay attention to the angle of her elbows. When they flare out, it's gonna cause a little bit too much strain on the rotator cuff and the pec. What we're looking for is for the elbow to come in closer to the body as you go down and up on the bench press. We're gonna do it again. The elbow is gonna track nice and close, and she's gonna drive up, and when she's ready, she's done a few reps, she can rack the bar. Use that secret tip, save your shoulders, help you lift a little bit more weight, and build a lot more muscle. All right, another one for those of us who like to push the weight, we're gonna talk about the overhead press, a little tip, the do's and the don'ts. So Jen's gonna start, she's gonna start with your press. Some people call it a military press or a barbell press. Very, very simple. The bar starts on the shoulders, she's gonna push it overhead. Right, there's a lot of mistakes we see in the gym world that happens with this one, so I'm just gonna ask Jen to turn to the side for me. Right, what you'll commonly see is you'll see people push it out in front. So she's gonna push the bar out in front, and you see it's away from her center of gravity. What that does, it causes a lot of strain on the lower back because she has to lean back to support it, and a lot of strain on the shoulder. So come down for me. You're gonna start with your elbows at a 45-degree angle. So we're gonna go back, we're gonna set it right. She's gonna get her head through the gate of the arms, and you will see this is the calling card, how you know you're doing it right. Your bicep will line up slightly behind or in line with the ear, and you can see the weight is directly over her center of gravity. She's gonna get a lot more muscle, but she can do it safe, and we can activate her core at the same time. Do it one more for me. She's gonna set, she's gonna press, nice and strong, head straight through the gate. Her elbows are gonna put slightly back. We call that a corkscrew. And that is how you do a great overhead press. All right, thank you so much for spending your time with myself and Joburg Today TV. Today we have gone through all the injuries we need to get better at, some do's and don'ts, how to improve your time in the gym. We hope that whether you are at home, working out from home, or you are in the gym, you enjoyed it, you learned something. Remember, there's always something you can get better at, so you can come down to the gym in Greenside. You can check us out on Facebook or on Instagram, or find us on Joburg Today TV. Check out their other health and fitness content. We'll see you guys next time.